Hello and welcome to an instruction video on fitting a RACR to a Macnaught R3 retractor reel. Tools required for this job will be a pair of side cutters to remove the snap ring on the shaft, a Phillips head number 2 screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver and a ratchet fitted with a 3/4 socket or 19mm socket. A breaker bar can also be used. In the kit that you have ordered, you will find a side cover with a hole for your adjustment screw, also an RACR unit, one clip to fill the hole once you've completed the job, one Dow pin which will locate on the center shaft, and 3 screws. First, we need to remove the ratchet plate that holds the tension on the spring. Please take note that the hose is in its home position, not extended, as we want the least amount of tension on the spring inside. Next, we will remove the center screw. Then we will remove the 4 screws that hold the center portion of the ratchet plate. These 4 screws, together with the 2 outer screws, is how we get to the point of releasing the tension from the reel. Now once these screws have been removed, all the tension is held on the outer 2 screws, as shown. Now using your ratchet with a 3/4 or 19mm socket on it, it is important to hold the tension on that center nut with the 3/4 socket while removing these screws. Try not to let the ratchet spring too fast. You will feel the tension. Just let it unwind slowly in an anti-clockwise direction until all the force has been removed. Now that the tension has been released, you can easily pull out the outer ratchet and also the inner ratchet. It's a good idea at this time to reassemble these items using the 4 screws that you removed earlier. They only need to go back in hand tight. Please be careful not to over tighten and strip the threads. So now it's time to remove the side plate by removing the 4 screws. Rotate the plate clockwise and lift out, noticing which side the latch is when you reinstall it. Now we're going to fit the RACR, but before we do that, we need to remove the shaft retaining ring. A good set of side cutters will help with this, cutting in between the fingers of the ring. Now that it's separated, be careful lifting it up, as the edges can be quite sharp. Now we will install the Dow pin on the shaft in the hole provided. All reels have this hole as standard. When inserted, please make sure that it is protruding equal lengths on both sides. Now we can fit the RACR, making sure it locates on the cutouts inside the RACR over the shaft, also aligning the adjustment screw to the left hand side of the reel when facing it. It's important to put this in the correct position, as this is where it locates when you latch it, so that you can adjust through the hole in the side plate. Now that we're in position, we can fit the RACR with the 3 screws provided, running them down so they're firm but not over tightened. It's a good idea now to check the adjustment on the RACR. Wind it all the way in clockwise until the screw stops. Please don't over tighten. Once you've reached the bottom, if you wind out 5 turns, this is the medium position. If later you require more tension, turn the screw clockwise. Less tension, anti-clockwise. Now we can fit the outer side cover. Note that the position of the adjuster hole will go to your left and the latch will be on your right when fitting. Once fitted, rotate the side cover anti-clockwise, lining up the holes for your 4 screws. It's now time to insert those 4 screws. Now we will install the ratchet plate which you assembled earlier. Please make sure to line up the splines for an easy fitment. Once it snaps in all the way, we are ready to put tension. All the Macnaught reels come from factory with 2 turns of tension once the hose is in its home position. Please note the arrows on the ratchet plate showing to turn clockwise to add tension. You can pull the hose out slightly and wind a little bit of tension just so it snugs up. Now you can start your tension with 2 full turns. The ratchet will hold in place while doing these turns. Fit the 2 outer screws to the ratchet plate. Now it's time to insert the centre screw on the shaft. This just needs to go down till it's snug. Lastly, install the clip in the hole. For further information, please visit macnaught.com.au or contact your local service agent. Thanks for watching.